cool. Hi guys, Savage Yourself here.
Want me to move that? You need to get kind of close to it, so I can adjust
Very
it.
close to it.
I can go this way.
Your handle is Cherokee X Savage, right?
Cherokee Savage X.
Cherokee Savage.
Don called me about doing some videos for because the mayor sent out this press release and put everybody on blast, including the fucking Bush company was on there.
Yeah.
One case, no one knows when it happened. That one case.
I was the one who suggested that. I was like, we need to get with Landfill.
Yeah,
we need to get with Landfill and do a video.
I told her we'll do it.
I was pushing for
We'll-
Shannon.
we'll-
Yeah,
I talked to her. She called me, and then I called Justin. So I have to get hold of him.
yeah. Well, I'm down. I'll be here for a little while.
And your podcast is called Landfill.
Landmine Radio.
Landmine Radio.
Hi guys, we're live with Jeff Landfield and my girlfriend
Wow.
Kelsey Nicole.
Gang, Kelsey Nicole.
Oh my god, I'm so
Oh, wow,
Kelsey
we got the
Louise.
name. We got the full.
Kelsey Louise.
Oh my
my
god.
AKA
Tennessee
Tennessee Queen, bitch.
my Tennessee
I think they're
queen.
more interested in you two and not me.
Are you? Yeah.
Pretty
yeah.
sure.
That's Jeff.
So,
I'm
I'm not the interesting
I'm gonna
one.
do my intro too.
Are you gonna?
Checking connection. Hello and good morning. I am going live here with Cherokee Savage and Jeff here at
Hello.
Landmine Radio. We are doing a podcast live, so I thought I would just
Podcast live. Check out Landmine Radio.
I thought I would just live for you. Do I need headphones for this?
You don't.
No, because they're right in front of me.
I can get them for you if you want them. They don't
Nah, it's all
just-
good. I don't want that on my head.
Let me turn this down a little.
I love how your mouth looks up against that thing.
Oh
like,
yeah, you
it's
like
just,
my mouth in here, baby?
Yeah,
Oh my
'cause
gosh,
it's
this
just
is-
like
Oh my
right
God,
there.
fuck
I
yeah.
can't believe this. Is that okay? Do you want me to remove that? Are you
No,
good?
it's good.
Classic Kelsey.
Give me a. Oh, sorry. You wanna?
That's fine.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it just needs to be a little tighter.
It's gonna be a good podcast.
Yes.
Okay, so I haven't started. Give me a mic check.
Mic check. 1, 2.
Very good. You
Check,
too?
check, check.
For some reason that's kind of keep talking.
Keep
talking.
talking. Oh yeah, baby.
Right
Okay.
there.
Right here at Landmine Radio. This
Oh,
reminds me
yeah.
of when I was a radio DJ.
I'm gonna have you put it like a little bit. There you
Oh,
go.
I
this
would
is
love
okay.
to
So
be a
this is
radio
good.
DJ.
Right. Keep talking.
Oh yeah, you like it right there?
Yes.
Is this the spot for you, Daddy?
That's, wow.
Right there.
This is.
Can I call you Daddy on your podcast?
I would love that actually.
Really?
It'd
Okay.
be amazing.
It's probably the only time I'll ever call you
have
Daddy.
I'll have a new nickname.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
God.
Daddy Landmine.
Okay, so Cherokee Savage and Tennessee
Queen.
Queen. Okay.
Yes.
We're gonna not use the names.
You can use my name if you want.
Well, when I posted, I put in the past when I did hers, I posted her Cherokee Savage.
Yeah, you can post Tennessee Queen.
Okay, Tennessee Queen. Are you ready?
Tennessee
Yes.
Queen, bitch. Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about dancing,
Mhm.
COVID,
COVID.
and then kind of like how you got into the dancing business,
Mm-hmm.
all that. All right.
Sure.
Cool. Ready?
Ready?
You want to get tricky just about an inch away from the mic when you talk.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, folks, back here. Very excited to be joined again by Cherokee Savage. Watch out here in the modern era. You're gonna get in trouble for that.
I'll scalp a bitch.
I'll scalp a bitch.
Listen.
And we got also Tennessee Queen here.
Hey y'all. Good morning.
First time on the show.
It is my first time, but it's not my first time on a show.
You have a podcast too,
I do. It's called Slut Sermons.
and I've listened to one episode. And folks, I highly, if you like the raw, uncut, unfiltered, I suggest to listen.
Why, thank you. I really don't give a fuck.
Slut
I
Sermon-
really
no.
don't.
Now you haven't done one for a while. You said, right? You haven't-
Yeah, it's been a couple months because COVID happened, and I just didn't feel like making art. It was just.
I hear you.
I feel like it's like this is kind of like the Black Plague, and then after the Black Plague was over, the Renaissance period happened.
Big awakening.
Yes.
And the bubonic plague, like a third of the world died. It was bad.
Is it?
Did
It
it?
was a lot.
I don't
Yeah.
think that's
During the
bad.
Black Plague or
Yeah.
the Renaissance?
No, the plague. So I want to talk to Tennessee a little bit. Cherokee, you've been on before. We talked about kind of how you got into dancing, and then for a lot of folks, you guys work at the Bush Company, but a lot of people don't realize a lot of the dancers, some kind of work at one place, but then others like travel around the circuit
Yeah.
Mhm.
in like Florida or Vegas or Arizona.
Florida,
So-
Vegas, Arizona, Texas.
Yep. It's
Yeah.
the circuit.
So when you're on the circuit, do you see a lot of girls like that you see other places, or does
Uh-huh.
it-
Yes.
Yeah. I
Vegas.
yeah, Vegas, Phoenix. Like
oh
when
yeah, Phoenix.
when I first got to
Yeah.
Alaska to the Bushco last year, Immediately when I walked in, I saw a girl that I worked with in Phoenix. I was like,
Wow.
hey! She's like,
I have experienced this numerous times in my dancing career.
Mhm.
I'll walk in and I'll be like, bitch!
what's up, bitch?
So you girls all work together, but you're also on some level competing, right? Because for the guy. But is it more competitive or is it more?
No,
'Cause it's-
absolutely not.
I honestly don't feel like, and I'm not saying this in like a conceited sort of way, but I honestly don't feel like I have any competition.
Same.
Honestly, because like I feel like the competition comes from within. Like you're
Yeah.
competing with yourself,
Mhm.
basically.
And a good stripper knows that there's money for everyone. And if you're a good one,
Talking to them.
you
Yeah.
bring in your hoes to make money with you.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
In fact,
Damn right.
doing doubles,
Yeah,
it doubles the money, does it not?
it does. It really does.
Me and Cherokee have done some doubles before.
we have done some really fucked up doubles.
Cherokee does
That's what I want to
this
hear
titty
about.
dance.
I've seen that. But I'm
The
seeing it.
titty
It's
dance!
actually happening as we speak.
This is crazy.
So how did you get into? Where are you from?
I'm from Tennessee.
So okay, Tennessee.
I'm from the
Tennessee.
Nashville area.
You can hear the accent sometimes.
Oh God, especially when I'm drunk. Woo, Lordy.
One of the
Lord,
podcasts.
no.
One of your podcasts is pretty good.
Yeah, one of my podcasts, I got a little drunk.
Nice.
It's a good time. But yes, I'm from Nashville area. I got into dancing because, well, first off, I've always wanted to be a stripper. I wanted to be a stripper starting when I was 8 years old.
Did you tell people that?
No,
You should not
I just
tell
listened.
people that.
Like
I
when you're
do tell
8,
people-
like I want to be a doctor, I want to be a firefighter, I want to be a
Stripper. Yes, because I've always been a dancer and I love Britney Spears.
Oh my god,
Like,
no, me too.
You know, like I
Yeah.
used to have the
Especially
black
after
light.
she broke down and became crazy and was like,
Mm.
I'm fucking crazy.
Remember when you
I
shaved her
fucking
head?
I was
appreciate
like,
that.
respect.
My girl, yeah, Britney is like, I think Britney paved the way for.
And then she came back and she
all
was
of
like,
us.
"It's Britney, bitch."
Exactly.
Bitch.
She's like, I'm fucking
Mm.
psychotic. I have issues. Yeah, I'm a woman. Shit happens. Like,
What was it? Didn't she marry the dancer guy? What's
Yeah,
Kevin
Federline.
Federline. Well, that was like
Ugh,
bizarre.
beautiful. It was such a beautiful, trashy relationship. I
That-
love that.
What was that? Oh yeah, I remember all the
Remember?
memes
Like,
about he's like
skinny.
super trashy.
Yeah.
And
What-
like, yeah.
What about Jamie Lynn? Remember her?
Oh yeah.
Did she ever? I don't know. She was kind of a thing for a
Yeah,
while,
what
wasn't
happened?
she?
Didn't she
Who's
have a
she?
show?
I think she did.
Yeah.
Jessica Simpson, I just saw she had gained a bunch of weight and then lost a bunch of weight.
Oh, ooh, that's
I saw that.
newsworthy.
Newsworthy, really?
Weight gains are newsworthy with women.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah, not with men. Well, no, I think men because sometimes like Christian Bale, he gained a lot of weight and lost a lot of weight for different.
Well, that was for a role. He
Right,
like did
yeah,
that
that's a good
role
point.
where he was like a crackhead or something. and
He was the
like,
machinist. He like lost, and then he for Batman, he got like jacked up.
Yeah, they put themselves through like rigorous body changes like consistently for the roles. Like Charlize Theron, she gained what was it like 40, 50 pounds, something like that for that movie Monsters.
The-
So good.
The one guy, he's Full Metal Jacket. You seen that with?
Yeah.
So the one big guy, Private Pile, the big fat guy, he actually gained like 65 pounds for that role, and then he lost it back afterwards. But
Damn, maybe I should get into acting. I want to gain 65 pounds.
I
My
think
titties would be ginormous.
I think it's easy to gain it, but then I think it's not as easy to lose it.
I wanna do the fitness roles. Can I just do that?
Yeah, your body's slaying.
I want to do all of the roles that just require nothing but rigorous fucking training to be hot.
So
Like-
I wanted to ask you this. So some guys who go to the club, they're looking for like the slim, fit, kind of tight body, but then some guys they want like a bigger. So I mean that's when you go to the strip club. I mean there's all different kind of girls there.
Yeah, if you go to a good strip club, yeah. But if you go to like a strip club in Vegas or something, there are these ridiculous standards. I'm talking absurd.
Oh, like the Spearmint Rhino.
Yes.
Yeah, they're-
Fuck you, John, if you're
Yeah.
listening. Fuck John. Fuck you.
Hey,
you can
John.
tell me
Is he
I'm
the
fat.
manager?
He's like the
You told him
manager.
you're fat?
He's the
Yeah.
manager. He's the hiring manager for night shift.
Yeah, which is like the shit.
The shit.
Like, yeah, like it's.
So do they?
whack.
So is it true they rotate? Like someone once told me you can only work there for so long. And they rotate. They get new people, and or can you work there like?
No, you can
Depends
work
how
there
much-
full time.
Depends how much money you're paying them.
Yeah.
They will get rid of your ass if you don't like slide the management some cash.
So when you dance, there's like the you're on the stage and you have
Yeah.
to give a fee, but then there's other like you pay some set fee or you pay a percentage or how does it work when you're?
House fee. As soon as you show up, they take your money before you can even work.
We paid
Really?
for it.
$90 at the door. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like so I drove a cab a long time ago and you pay at the end, but no matter what, you gotta pay it's 90
No,
bucks.
yeah, they make
You
you
gotta
pay up front
Yeah.
because they're not trying to chase your ass down. They got 400 bitches in there to try to like, that's
Yep.
like a nightmare.
So
So true.
when you're dancing somewhere else and you probably hear about the Bush Company or you hear about the clubs in Vegas,
Mm-hmm.
do you kind of just know where they are and do you call ahead and say, hey, I want to come dance, or do they like?
Call
Is
ahead.
there like is there like a clearinghouse?
Nah.
Like how do you know where to
We
go?
are our own resourceful
Yeah.
bitches. This
It's
is
the
all
it's
our
the same as
own-
like going on a trip. Like you have to book your own flight, you have to book your own hotel, you have to find where you're gonna go. Like
Gotta make sure you're gonna get hired.
call and get like pre-hired and stuff. Yeah,
send
make
in
sure they're
headshots.
hiring. Yeah,
Mhm. That's what Bush
pussy
Code
shots.
does.
Really?
Like, yeah.
No,
No way.
there's no pussy.
I was like, oh my god, is there a pussy?
You
shot?
have to send a video of you dancing before they'll,
No,
either-
what?
Wait, you haven't
You've
had to
done
do that?
Oh shit.
Just kidding.
Maybe it's just John. It's like, send me a
Maybe it was
video.
just John.
She's a
Yeah,
perv.
it was just
Blah.
John.
So wait, so were you pretty young when you started dancing, or like how old were you?
No, so okay, I wanted to be a stripper when I was 8, and I was like, no, Kelsey, you're smart. So then I went to college. And then I entered the corporate world. I was selling technology because I'm smart. Like,
Oh, I sold IT services.
tech. Oh my god, it was so boring. I wanted to die.
Not a lot of men in that or women in that field.
I know, and I got sexually assaulted my very last day there. Like,
What?
I've been sexually assaulted at every single job I've ever had, period. Because I look the way I look and I'm friendly, and people take advantage of that, and
Mhm.
they prey on that shit. So I was like, you know what? Fuck all of you. I'm taking my power back. I'm gonna be a fucking stripper.
Right.
That way, I'll at least have a security team. There'll be cameras on me at all times, and I'm still making good money. And I have unlimited time off. That's really my thing.
I know at the Bush,
I
like
like
the
to be
guys
free.
there, they seem great. Like if somebody
Oh my
fucks
God, they're
around,
so
they
great.
don't like mess around with it.
They're like the mean pit bulls. They will rip you apart
Mm.
for sure. I mean, they look docile, but that's just because they're saving their energy for when they need to
Mhm.
fuck somebody up.
Yeah.
So Tennessee, I gotta ask you. So when you wanted, you
Yes,
said
sir.
when you were 8, you wanted to be a stripper.
Yes.
The thing that pops in my mind. Did you come from like both parents, good home? Or
Oh,
were you
no,
kinda-
of course not.
It sounds
My
kind of.
parents are like a mess. My dad's a narcissist and my mom's an addict. So I am an entertainer.
You're addicted to being a narcissist.
I'm addicted to, well, see, because of that situation, I created my own little world. And now my own little world consists of like rainbows and butterflies, and I want people to feel at ease around me because I never had that.
Mhm.
So in order
Aw,
to,
that's beautiful.
I know, thank
love
you.
that. And I
I'm
do
very
feel
introspective. I think a lot of hoes, sex workers, strippers, have this sort of thing. Like we all have some sort of trauma that we overcame, and that journey made them this entertainer, and now they free others of concern.
So when you become a dancer, you almost empower yourself to take
your power
it
back.
back and say, I'm going to do this
Yeah.
because I want to do it.
Yep.
Do you have siblings?
7.
7.
Yeah.
So
My
what-
parents are both. They're messy, but they're really great folks, and they have lots of babies.
They really liked each other.
Well, they really liked
Sexually.
a bunch of people. There's like it's like a Brady
They
Bunch.
really
like,
liked a bunch of people.
they both remarried and had babies. Like I have a bunch of like step brothers and sisters.
Do you guys all live in like the same household?
No,
or-
no.
So your siblings and parents know your dancer?
Mm-hmm.
Are they cool or is it like kind of a weird?
So at first I was like, I'm gonna tell them that I'm a cocktail waitress and I'm moving to Vegas, just to put them at ease. And then I started coming out as a stripper online, and then they saw it, and it was a fucking breakdown because they're like Southern.
Oh my God, my baby's a stripper.
Literally straight up. So
Where'd I go wrong?
I was just like, look, y'all, I'm sorry that you're uncomfortable, but I'm not. So
Are they, so
get
did they
used
eventually
to it.
kind of get cool with
Yeah,
it? Or
now
something?
it's pretty chill. We just don't really discuss my job.
that's how my mom is. She
Yeah.
just don't ask questions.
Yeah.
Just don't.
So I talked with you about this. Like, there's always been kind of the stigma with dancers, but now lately it's become kind of more open to talk about. Like, there's been like legislation about sex workers, and
Uh-huh.
it's become more, I'd say, open, or it's become more accepted.
Acceptable,
But
normalizing it.
Yeah.
It's-
Slightly not normalizing it.
But it's still, I'd say a lot of people still see it as like, oh my God, it's like a strip club.
Faux
the
pas,
religious
taboo,
people, yeah.
blah blah
But-
blah.
but, I mean,
Yeah,
you-
thank God.
Do you feel
I'm
like
glad
it's
for that.
Do you feel like it's getting any better or the same?
I
No.
think it's becoming more saturated. The market's becoming more saturated, but
So more dancers?
Yeah, more hoes in general, like OnlyFans.
Online,
Yeah.
in person, yeah. So many more women are getting into this industry because, I mean, there's a lot of stigma behind it, but there is a lot of like press behind it to say like women make so much good money being strippers. Like people admire strippers. A lot of women admire
So-
strippers for that reason.
So I saw like a Vice News thing about the cam girls, and some of them make a ton of money.
Some of them make a shit ton of money, and that's
True.
why everybody wants to get into it because they're like, oh my god, they make money, so can I. And then there's 100 fucking girls on the front page, you know, and then you got to think about the fact that there's also 1,000 other ones on all the other pages. Like, you just get lost in the sea of
So
hoes.
are
What
some
a
girls?
great place. Wee.
I'd
sea
be,
of
I'd be
hoes.
happy to be lost in a sea of
Bloop, bloop,
hoes.
bloop. Let's
You-
go
you got-
swimming.
Bloop.
You guys do the cam girl stuff or
Oh,
no?
snorkel.
Yeah.
Hold my breath for about 5
Oh
minutes.
god.
And them titties, you know what I'm saying?
Titties.
Do you do the cam girl stuff?
You know, I tried Chatterbait, homie, but fuck.
Chatterbait, what's that? Is it like
Chatterbait, yeah,
masturbate,
it's cam.
chatterbait?
Yeah, it's like the one. So there's My Furry Cams, and then there's Chatterbait. So it's like the two biggest like online where you can log on and you can watch people fuck or watch solo girls, solo guys, whatever.
So are some people like, if you're gonna do that, are some people more comfortable doing in person, and some people are more comfortable on the cam? Like some people can do
Right.
both, or is it usually one or the other?
I'm more comfortable in person. about you?
Yeah, I'm a bit more comfortable in person. I mean, like doing the whole like online thing.
'Cause you don't know who's watching you, and you don't know what they're doing, and
Yeah, well that's okay. Like the one-on-one is, for me, that's where it gets a little like weird. I've only done it like a few times.
so how do you make money?
You charge them.
So you don't get, the platform doesn't pay you, the people pay you.
Yes, exactly. Like if you're on the platform though, you can do private shows. I've never done any of those because literally like I can't sit on cam that long. Like I think the first time I ever tried it, I was on there for like 2 hours. And I had like 11 people in my room, and I made like $6 or something like that. Right. And I mean, like every time that I've tried, like I'll sit there for like, you know, I can't sit that long if I'm just fucking. And if you're on there on your phone, you're looking down at your phone, so you can just imagine what you're seeing on the cam.
So it's like any industry where probably a few people make a lot of money, and then a lot of people.
Make
are
a
Make
little-
still
much
just
money.
trying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's real.
Yeah, it's really hard to break into that industry, period, and
But
like
what-
especially now because so many girls are trying because of COVID. Everybody's
So-
like, well, I guess I might as well fuck myself on film.
So when you're on camera, though, I mean, the difference is like when you're in the club, they can't take. Nobody can take pictures. I mean, they could. They get in trouble. Like no cameras, no
Correct.
phones, no pictures.
Right.
When you're
I've
on the camera,
broken a
people
dude's
can
phone
like
before.
people can take a screenshot. They can take a video. Then all of a sudden, that's out there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in
Yeah.
the club, it's like, you know, very rarely somebody's going to take a picture. If they do, they're probably going to get fucked up.
That's what
Yeah.
I love so much about the strip club. It is like the one place in the fucking world where no one is on their phone.
I know.
It's so sacred.
I was once. I was at
It's
the
like
bush.
a temple.
I was at the bush like
Titty
Worship,
temple.
bitch.
with some friends, maybe like 6 months ago, or I don't know, it was a while ago, and I was talking to my buddy, and I was like, "This is crazy. No one's on their phone."
Mm-hmm.
It's like even church
People are
people are on their
present.
phone still.
Right?
I don't go to church, but I imagine like people are.
Amen, brother.
But it's like you go in there, and it's almost like going back in time a little bit.
Yes, because people are in the present moment. They're enjoying each other's company, looking
Most
at each
of the
other in
time.
the eyeballs. Yeah, most.
Most of the time.
I always enjoy. Well, no.
No, we tend to have a pretty good time no matter what. And
Yeah.
if anybody gives us any shit, we just give it right back to them 2 times.
Oh, it's the best.
And it's such the best.
It's-
like
I
So-
love my job.
So what I really want to talk about now is with the COVID. You just mentioned that.
Mm.
So obviously, like this is a big deal for a lot of industries, but dancing, stripping. I mean, this is like lap dances, close proximity, a lot of people. So how's it going with like? I haven't been to the Bush Company since they reopened, but are you guys wearing masks? Are you still doing like lap dance? Like what are the rules now, and how is this affecting the industry?
well,
Tennessee's
okay.
like,
And it's just like
Oh, I got some shit to say. And Cherokee, there's even stuff that I need to tell you about.
and the city just
things.
announced a list of these bars and
I
restaurants.
know, they're trying
with
to shame us.
And Bush Company was on the list.
I know.
Only one case, they said.
I want to say this real quick to everybody. Great Alaskan Bush Company is open.
We are
Full
open.
service. Like, we have beer, we have boobs, there's tits and pussy on stage, there's lap
The
dances.
whole deal.
Like, there is not, for 1 second. We will be opening at 6 o'clock every single day. Instead of 4,
Yep.
but it's fully open, so you guys come in.
Come through.
Like, fucking come see our titties, take care of us, have a good time, stay
Yeah.
off your damn phone, and don't give a shit. And,
Yeah.
like,
So
And
are you,
relax.
so can you still do a private dance?
yeah,
Yeah.
we can still do dances, but so there's the oh boy. how do
Okay,
we-
so we
gotta hear about
have
this.
to
How do
wear
we-
masks during dances. When we are on stage, we do not have to wear masks because we are exercising.
Yes.
That's how we get around that.
It's
Well, you're
heavy
also pretty far
breathing.
away from people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and-
6 foot distancing. Yeah.
Mhm.
So no more on the rail kind of deal.
There's
Well,
there's
yeah.
the rail. We just can't like super duper be all touchy on the rail.
Like no
Yeah.
more. Sometimes they'll get like by your ear and they'll do the little cat like.
Like,
Yes.
is it?
Yeah. Oh yes. I don't know, but
like, hey, daddy.
that's a good. That seems pretty common. That's a good one.
Yeah, we love a good purr.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
always purr. You've purred in my pussy before.
I have heard of your pussy before.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was not at work, I assume. Was that a after work?
No, that was definitely at work.
Well, we do all kinds of shit. I wish I could show you the video on my phone that we took the other day
Oh yeah.
in the dressing room. I come in and she's just like, she's
Like,
kind
legs
of,
are up.
her legs are up. She's
Like-
leaned back against the locker.
Kind of like your
What
legs up
were
right now.
you
Folks can't
doing?
see, but very flexible, very raised.
I just I need to stretch.
Oh,
What
you were
can I say?
stretching.
I was stretching. My
So-
pussy was out, legs up, feet up in the air.
I walk in. Of
You gotta
course.
stretch before you
Yeah,
go to the
before I
stage.
It was an
dropped
open
into school.
invite, clearly.
It was
She was
for
waiting
Cherokee.
by
Door
my
was-
locker.
door was open.
Come here, mommy. Anyways,
This is getting
so
really good.
yeah, it's been really good.
Get better.
Hey.
Can always be better.
So tell me about the dancing because I think when you're getting a dance, part of it is obviously like the body's great,
Mhm.
but the face is. So now you're covered. Now your mouth and your nose are covered up. So all you're seeing is maybe that's better because you have the eyes.
We're just
Yeah.
eye fucking now.
yeah, right.
You have to wear lashes now.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can like not wear lashes and be chill, but now you kind of have to because that's all that they can see is your pretty little eyes.
Yeah, pretty much.
So are there like can you still because all those booths are kind of separated? So is there like because the rest of the restaurants every other table's not you can't use it
Mhm.
for capacity. So is that
Well, the way that it's set up is like if you know how the booths are set up and everything
Mhm.
like that. There's only like X amount of dance booths basically where girls will dance because it's comfortable spots to dance. Like we know the good spots.
Yeah.
Like there are some booths you can't give dances in because they suck, right?
But
They're
there's
just for
too many
sitting.
people. Yeah, too
Yeah.
many people looking at you in that spot. You gotta go
So
to the secret
every dance spot is legitimately like 6, 8, 10 feet away from
Mhm.
another
Other
dance
people.
spot.
Mhm.
So like if a girl wants to go give a dance, you can give a dance in an area that's not right next to somebody.
so? How's it been since they reopened? Has it been like same amount of
So
customers,
it's-
less?
Less, but people are
More quality.
More quality. Like people are there to spend money. They're not there to just fuck around.
Right.
So are now you have regulars? I assume are they like
Mhm.
still?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
They love
They'll
us.
they'll never not come in. They'll be like, I will get herpes on my ears for you. I don't
Like,
care if that's
Better-
what's going
anything.
around.
Better than somewhere else.
That's the beauty of Alaska, I think, is that the way that the state is set up, like the oil dudes, the fishermen,
The construction.
the military, they're so male saturated that
Mhm.
they need us.
They do.
So
They all need us.
how many guys do you have come in like off the boat or the fishing boat or like off the slope for 2 or 3 weeks?
God, all of them.
So they come in like moneyed up, right?
Money to
Almost
up.
every single
What
one.
would you say
Ready
the
to look
average-
at some titties.
What would you say the average like if I go to the strip club, I assume I'm probably gonna spend $100 at least. Like, that's kind of for low end. I know.
But that's just on me though.
That's
Yeah.
just not, yeah.
That yeah.
But
That's
I
so
might get a
cute.
dance. I go with my friends, get some drinks. So I don't go there to like some people just the whole time they're getting a dance.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm doing. But
Everybody has a different agenda when they come in there, but
in a different budget.
every single hoe that's in there also has her own agenda, so she's going to try to change your agenda, whether you think you're in this
some
for
are
this
real
or
good
not.
at it too.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
That's you too. So does it ever get so when you first started dancing, like if you go to the strip club, you know that you're sitting down, you're gonna get approached by a lot of girls asking for a
Yeah.
dance.
Yeah.
And
Every single
some-
fucking one of them until you say yes.
Some are pros, some are you could tell maybe they haven't they're newer, they're maybe uncomfortable. Was that hard? I mean, is that at first hard to do, or did you have no problem doing that?
I had no problem doing that.
Really?
I'm real friendly, and I've always been in sales. I was in tech sales before this. I can sell ice to a penguin, baby.
about
Ice
you?
to an Eskimo. No, it's I should have been a dentist because I feel like it's more like pulling teeth for me. I'm just a bit awkward, I think. So, I mean, I kind of just try to like just be as cute as possible and keep my tits as close to their face as I can. So
Especially with your little trick you're doing with
yeah,
the movement.
that's
So-
what gets them. That's my selling point.
So how much of your any given day, how much of your business is like hustling, you know, going up to a dude, or guys coming up to you, or regulars? I mean, is it a split? Is it each night kind of different? Like,
Yeah, each
Then-
one's kind of different.
I think each night's different. I mostly though I don't get approached. People
Every
are scared
now
of
and
me.
then.
I'm so hot. Seriously, it's like a
Ooh.
thing. They
also,
like
also very confident.
Guys
And
are
modest.
very
Very
like
humble.
shy. Like they tend to just they
I
don't
get
like
shy up in there.
yeah.
Okay, so here's
Even
one.
the most alpha male
Mm-hmm.
is shy as fuck in this.
Well,
room.
because it's like not their domain; it's your domain.
yeah, it's
Right.
our fucking house.
That's right.
That's why I will approach and I
Pussy
will-
power.
So here's what I asked Cherokee last time, and we talked about it. How many guys? I mean, it's got to be a high percentage of guys like want the number, or give you the number, or want to like. Does it happen a lot or not really?
Every night.
I give out my number all the time.
I'll
It's
give out,
business.
yeah, I'll give out my number to customers and stuff like that because there will be guys who'll be like, "Hey, what nights do you work?"
Yeah. I want to
So-
come back in and see you. Are you
Yes.
at work? I'm coming into the bush.
Business cards, bitch. I have this
That's
like
right.
I need to get new business cards actually because it has like your Instagram, your phone number, like all of your everything on
Mhm.
there. Like you want to be able to yes.
But it seems like
I'm legit business.
it seems like a
Yeah.
pretty high probability that if you give out enough numbers at the strip club, you're going to get some weirdos or creepers. I mean, does
For
that happen? Or is that?
Yeah, I haven't. I honestly, I have not had too many creepers.
Yeah, I won't give my number to somebody if I feel like it's a dead end or if they're just gonna be weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
What about? I think we talked about this before. I heard the story. I didn't believe it at first, but there was a dancer a couple, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. The guy, regular guy, came in a lot, older guy, and
Bought her a house.
I guess he bought her. He bought her a fucking house.
He
like-
bought her a fucking house, and then she got another customer, and he bought her a fucking house too. She has 2 fucking houses from 2 different
So
customers.
how does this work?
I,
Like,
yeah, I know. Yeah,
You-
and one of them's in
Wow,
Hawaii.
that's not old. I'm like, damn, I gotta take notes. Actually, I moved into her locker, hoping I could get into that juju. I was
That's a
like,
good-
I'm moving right here. This is my locker now.
she's still dancing.
Well, she just moved her stuff out of her locker, so I think she
no.
drops in every now and then.
So have you guys? I mean, have you guys gotten like big stuff, gifts like that, or?
No,
No,
no one has ever
the
bought me a
fuck?
fucking house, a
Me
fucking
neither.
car.
Me neither.
House,
I do
yes.
have a customer that will help me with my master's degree. He will pay for my classes. He's
That's
like, I'm
sweet.
not going to give you cash. Well, he'll
Putting
give me
them-
cash.
That's
so-
like the old adage, like putting them through college.
But no, for real.
I would be
that's
happy
a real
with that.
daddy.
Pay
His,
for my education.
his credit card is on my student portal.
Oh,
So
He-
isn't that
he-
sweet?
It
He,
is.
he actually
really
paid
is.
it. He's paying it.
Yes.
Wow.
Not all the time, but like sometimes I'll be like, hey, can I use your thing for this class? He's like, yeah. of
So how does
course."
this work? So he like volunteered, like you told him you were going to school, and he said, "Oh,
Yeah,
I'll cover
he,
your tuition."
Like
or-
loves me, like as a person. He'll call me and just be like, "How you doing? How's your mom?" I'm
Oh,
like, "Oh my god, I love you so much."
Is he older, or like your age, or?
Well, he's like 42 or something. He's handsome. He's got his life together. Lives in Colorado.
mm.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice guy. Single.
Tasty.
But see, we don't really have that like a sexual thing going on. It's just like he legitimately cares about me, and he knows that my dad and like my family isn't going to support me in that way.
What are you getting your master's in?
Mental health counseling, because I
Oh.
learned that as a stripper, all I'm really doing
Yeah.
is being a therapist.
Pretty much. It's titty therapy.
They
Full
really,
on.
customers think that they're coming to the strip club for a good time, and they are, and we are providing that. But in order to tap into their consciousness and give them exactly what they want, you have to like see into their soul.
Yeah.
And
you
then
literally
that's
have to
how you
read
cater
what
to
they
them.
want.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like
And-
a lot of guys don't even know what they want,
Yes.
but like you have to figure out what it is that they want and what they're really like, what their main objective is.
Yes. And
Psychologically.
cater to that.
So how many?
Mind
I mean,
fuck them.
so you guys must get guys.
Fine, fuck you, baby.
You guys must get guys that are like pretty much. I mean, family problems, wife problems, whatever. I mean,
Sometimes.
Girlfriend's dad died. My wife left me. My girlfriend
Shit.
turned into a lesbian.
Oh my god, speaking of which, there was this lesbian in there last night, and she came in and she was like, yeah, I went through a breakup yesterday, and we started, taking some shots,
Yeah,
and
tell
by the
me
end of the
more.
night, y'all, she was bawling in my arms.
No.
And I
Oh
was
my gosh.
holding her, and like, tears were all over her face, and I was like,
that's
oh,
like a
my
little.
God,
You should get like a
baby.
hazard pay for that, or
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to remove myself from the situation because it was like too energy sucky.
so another
Yeah.
question. Another question I have. Sometimes you hear about people dating strippers. How many strippers have like legit boyfriends? It must be hard, right? I mean, you have to have a pretty special guy to be like not care at all, right?
It's definitely hard.
It's
I'm not gonna lie.
difficult. Yeah.
I'm not
Most
gonna
most
be like,
guys
"Yeah,
probably
it's fine. It's not fucking fine.
they don't care at
Yeah.
first, but then they might at some point they might.
Yeah,
Like, how-
there's like
chill.
that deep psychological thing that goes on in a guy's mind, where they're like, oh, is she going home with somebody, or oh, is she like is she really enjoying that, or like, yeah. So,
So
I
have
think
you had
that would be
relationships-
difficult.
Have you had relationships not work out because you're a stripper,
Yes,
course.
dancer?
for sure.
Of course. It's
Yeah, yeah.
hard for men to keep up with me.
I've
I
literally
can see, I
had
can
to
see
like.
that even if you weren't a dancer.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Right.
saying. Like, me being a stripper is just like extra hard. Sorry.
Yeah. I've had to leave guys. I've had to like just let them go because they couldn't handle it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, listen, if you can't handle what I'm telling you, like this is how this life is inside of the club, but outside of that, it's completely different.
Yeah.
And
So
like,
have you ever had have dancers ever had their boyfriends come into the club and like
yeah,
have you seen the movie Hustlers? Have you seen?
yeah.
Remember the one scene where the guy's in there and he's all pissed off?
There's always like a guy that comes in to bring his girlfriend French fries and food and shit. He'll
Yeah.
come in and she'll like give him a lap dance for bringing her food, and
That's-
then he'll fuck off. You know,
A little tacky.
yeah.
I think if I was dating I don't think I'd want to. I'd say that's your thing, do your thing.
No, I've had my guy come into the club because I'm like, hey, I'm gonna get off early tonight because I really want the D. Come in, smell good, look good. Let me like grind all over you. We can feed this fantasy.
That's
and we'll
called
go home and fuck.
That's called priming.
so
That's called
Oh,
that's what you call priming before you paint.
priming
Yes.
before you
Yeah,
paint.
yeah, that's what you
That's
call that.
exactly what it
See,
is. Like
for
I'd
me,
love to do that. I'm
not
like,
me.
get your ass in here. You look good. You smell good.
So-
This is how I want to end my night.
Oh my god, that's so hot. I'm just imagining.
You can. I'll send you the
Anyways.
video.
I've heard about this video
I have not heard about
from
this
another
video.
stripper.
So
She's
What
like, yeah, I
video are
was
you talking
seeing what
about?
Cherokee was doing. I texted her, said, hey Cherokee, what you doing? She sent me back a video of her sucking dick. I was like, damn, I want to see this video.
Hey, this sounds like a
So hot.
great video.
She did, Neo. She's like, what doing?
What doing?
I
Sucking
sent
dick.
your
What are you
video.
doing?
I doing this.
Like a caption that just said Sunday Fun Day.
Hey. Yo, I'm coming over.
She said, ha ha ha, yes.
Oh
So that's the other question I want to ask. So
Okay.
you're at work in an environment where it's hypersexualized. Everything you're doing is like like dancing and it's sexual. It would seem to me that like some people who go to work every day and build a house, they probably don't want to go home and like work on their house.
Right.
Like, is it hard sometimes? You're with a guy, or is it like you just want to go home and I don't want to. That's the last thing I want to do is that. I just want to like, lay down.
Yeah,
Work all day.
I'd say that's the story for some folks, some ladies. Is
Yeah.
that your story?
It's definitely my story. Because I'm just so damn tired. Because we work hard.
True,
okay?
true.
We're always constantly running around. And it's just like, it's a full on, it's mentally draining, it's physically draining, it's emotionally draining. And the last thing that you want to do is cater to another fucking human. At the end of the night, you want to
Mhm.
cater to yourself.
Or have someone cater to you.
Or, exactly.
See,
but
if
not
you're-
always in a sexual
Like a
way.
bathtub.
Yeah,
a
no,
foot-
yeah,
foot
it's
massage,
intimacy.
very
Yeah.
nice.
There's so many layers of intimacy.
Yeah.
And it's not always sexual. It's like, will you brush my hair?
Yeah.
Will you like rub my feet?
Well, you just,
Will you
yeah,
draw me a
just
bath?
run your fingers through my hair, just like kiss my neck or
Yeah.
tell me that I'm pretty. And
Yeah.
that,
Dating a stripper seems to be for a guy. You have to be a very, very in touch with their kind of feelings. You have to really probably be above and beyond. Somebody who's not a dancer.
Correct. Because we have very high standards because we can literally get anyone that we want. In fact, we do get everyone that we want.
when we want,
When
if we want.
If we want. I mean, like, I'm talking about more like attention. Like,
Yeah.
when I go up in the club, I can be like, you're going to be my customer, you're going to be my customer, you're going to be my customer, you're going to be. So for me, whoever I'm with, whether it's a man or a woman, has to be tippity top, or else I'm like not impressed.
So if you were to meet a guy outside of work, wherever,
Where do we do
store,
that?
If
Where do we go?
Where do we go?
The gym?
I'm just joking.
So I don't know if that. I mean, I don't
Anyways.
know how much it happens out at the gym or the store or whatever,
Mhm.
the bar. do you tell, like, if you ask you what you do you tell them right away, or do you?
Fuck yeah.
So you just come
I
out
do.
with it?
I just can't lie.
Turkey's
I'm
kinda
so
like
bad at
little side
lying.
eye.
Well, no, it's just because like I don't always tell people what I do because like people as a whole are fucking stupid
True.
and judgmental, and like the last thing that I want to do is have to explain anything about my life and what I do to an idiot.
Mhm.
Like, because that's
Preach.
my breath and my energy that I'm not going to waste on a nothing, nobody that doesn't matter to me. Like when I'm in like I've been in situations before where like I was at the beach with my friends and it was like a big party and stuff, and somehow these people got on this conversation of strippers and they're like, yeah, so there was like the stripper that showed up and I was like, oh my god, hide your purse and like what the
What?
fuck, like wash your toilet seat and stuff like that, and then they just started going on this rant about strippers and then like
And they had no clue you were.
not a damn
Wow.
clue. And then like the conversation, they were just like, I kind of said something, and then they're like, yeah, blah blah blah. So what do you do? And I was like, I'm a stripper.
Holy
Bitch.
shit.
Yeah, exactly. And then like it was just dead silence, and I was like, it's okay though. I'm not offended.
That's
I'm
like
not that
that's
hoe.
like when you are in a conversation where everyone's speaking some language and they have no idea like you speak.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm like here. This whole time that we've been sitting here talking, this whole hour, the judgments that you've made about me and the opinions that you've made about me are based on who I am and our interactions, not on what I do. So now that you know what I do, do
Mhm.
you still have the same feeling about strippers?
What'd they say?
They're like, well, yeah, you're cool, but like most of the time strippers. And I'm like, yeah, that's like one interaction that you've had, and you're gonna base your opinion about an entire culture of people.
Limited scope.
Limited scope.
I mean, the thing is, how many people? I would say most people don't even probably know us. I mean, some people do, right? But most people don't interact or know strippers, so they probably have this
Very
idea
yeah.
that it's.
Yeah, they
And-
have this misconception that like all strippers are stupid, that they're all hoes, that they fuck people all the time.
It's actually really funny when I saw you. Remember, I saw you at Steam Dot like a while back last year.
Yeah.
And I saw you, and I was just like, it was so weird because I was like, oh my god, I have like totally different interaction.
Yeah.
You know, you're like getting
Right?
coffee. The guy had the guitar. He was.
Yeah.
The musician.
Well,
and,
that was my guitar, but yes, he's a bass player, musician. Yeah.
and then you were like, it was just. I was like, oh, this is like a totally different.
It's a normal interaction.
Very different interaction.
What do you know?
Yeah.
A real human having a
That's
normal
why I
interaction.
don't tell people right away, is because like I want to break that stigma. I'm like, you go
Heard.
ahead and you see me for who I am, and then I'm gonna let you know that I shove my titties in people's faces.
For Tennessee, you just come out with it.
So I'm not like, everyone, I'm a stripper, because I don't want to draw some attention to myself that I don't want.
Right, unwanted attention.
Yeah,
too.
I really don't. It just depends. It depends. It's
It
very
depends on the setting.
situational and contextual.
Do you feel like if you're talking to a guy, and then as soon as you tell her you're a stripper, all of a sudden it's like, oh,
Yeah, the vibe.
they
changes.
probably just like, oh, I'm gonna fuck this girl.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
They get, all of a sudden
She's
they're-
loose. I can totally fuck her.
And I'm like, lols.
Could be like, whoa.
It's so funny because that's such a misconception, because strippers, like I was saying earlier, we have so many options that we are so picky,
Yeah.
and we actually aren't as sexual as people think we are.
Right. No, we're very repelled
Yeah, we're like, ew.
by the majority of the men that come at us.
Ew.
Because
Because
it's like,
everyone comes.
exactly, because they come at us because they have this like conception of who and how we are, but it's incorrect. Like we're much deeper than that.
Yeah.
Yes, we will rock your world and make your toes fucking curl in your boots if we want to do that. To
If
you.
we want, but we,
if you make us want to do that to you,
Like,
but
girl,
it's not just anybody.
I think last year I had, let me think, 2 sexual partners,
Yeah.
maybe 3.
Well, 2.5.
Maybe.
There was that one really raunchy lap dance. that
Oh,
we did.
Girl,
We
don't
can
be telling people.
I consider that a
Don't be
half,
telling
okay?
people. But yeah,
How does that
so-
work?
Anyways,
People look on his face.
moving
So
on.
sorry.
Moving on. No,
trying to visualize
yeah,
it.
it's just funny. People think that we're like super slutty, and like we are, like energetically when we want to be. But like I'm so picky. My pussy is so magical. I'm serious.
Good
It
word for
brings
it.
me literally
It's
everything
so
that I
magical.
own and have. It brings me all the freedom that I have. Why would I just throw it around for free?
So I mean,
Right.
to become a stripper, to be a dancer, I would say you'd have to be pretty hypersexual, or maybe much more than the average person, or not necessarily.
Psychologically.
I think-
Psychologically.
I think
well,
it's a
physically.
switch. You have to be able to turn on the switch and turn
Yeah.
off the switch.
Yeah.
You're not just like running around all the time hypersexualized.
I mean, it seems to me like if you ask the average woman or girl, yeah, you want to be a stripper, do you want to go on the stage? I think wouldn't even know what to do. Like they
No.
just freeze.
Not a clue.
Fuck no. And I love when they start working as a stripper. Like,
So-
you thought you
So
could do
can
this
you
shit.
you can tell right away if they're new, like just
Oh
like,
yeah.
for sure.
Oh my god, the way they talk in the locker room. You know what I'm talking about. We
Yeah.
have a new girl right now, and
How many girls go
Talks too
into
much.
it?
I'm like,
And-
shh, shh.
That's why I don't talk to the new girls anymore. It's too much energy. I swear to God, like I used to be that girl that was like, "Hey, girls, so maybe if you just like put your hair down, or like try to give them like mother them and give
like
them
the den
advice."
mom, like the den mom.
Yeah, but this year I haven't said shit to the new girls.
How many girls
I
do you
wore them
meet
like a
that
plague.
get into it, stay in it like long term? I mean, how many just do it for a little bit and say this isn't for me?
I'd say maybe 70% survive. What do you
Yeah,
think?
yeah, that's it. Damn, that was exactly what I was gonna say.
Mhm.
Yeah, about 70% of
say.
them actually make it through,
Mhm.
and
And you were
do it.
saying when you first started in Florida, right?
Yeah.
You told me there was like the first one was really trashy. And they were trying to make you do blowjobs or something.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I heard that podcast. It's so funny.
That's like why. So most places are pretty like on the like I know the Bush Company. Everybody loves the guy, like professional
Yeah,
run,
yeah.
no bull. But some of these probably places, lower 48,
dunk.
other trashier places.
In Florida, yeah, I mean, like it's kind of
Tennessee, too.
it is kind of full on there. That's why, like, I there's some places in Florida that I'll work like Key West because that doesn't happen there. But other places like Miami and like St. Petersburg, where I started working, like I wasn't making as much money as the other girls because they were doing more, but at the same time I was still making money. Going back to the podcast girls where they were getting greedy and stuff like that, like I want more, I want more.
Oh,
I was like,
call me daddy, call her
Yeah.
daddy.
I'm like, when I was like, I'm not making as much money as these girls are making, but I'm still making good fucking money, so I'm happy with that. I'm not gonna have to go shove a dick down my throat for, like, fuck that.
And see, that's the beauty of sex work is like when you get into it. When I first got into it, I'll be completely honest. I was doing all kind of shit for money.
All
Kinds of shit. But as you progress as a sex worker, as a stripper, you realize that when you get really good, you get paid for not even touching somebody. You get paid for literally existing.
There's a book
Yeah.
called Freakonomics. Have you heard of that?
No.
Freakonomics.
It's a good book. It's by this economist and this New York Times reporter, and
Is it a man or a woman?
they're both men. And so one of
Okay.
the there's a follow-up book called Super Freakonomics. In the first book, there's a whole chapter about this guy. He was like an Indian like PhD student. He went and he was like met with these drug dealers in like the inner city, and he was trying to figure out like how much drug dealers make, and they was accepted by this like gang. Like they took him in, right? And so what he found out was it was just like any other industry. Like the top guy was making a lot of money, and there was a bunch of like basically the average drug dealer makes like like minimum wage because they're on the street.
Yeah.
They aren't making that much money. It's like
They've got a lot of competition.
any kind of enterprise, any kind of organization where there's like top leader. It's hierarchical, and then the guy, everybody wants to get to the top,
Mm-hmm.
and they're doing things to do that. So it's a fascinating book. Anyways, the second book, same guy, went to these same areas, and he was looking at prostitution, and he found like how much the average sex act cost, and it was kind of funny. He found that like the areas where there was pimps, there was one area where there was pimps, one area there was no pimps, and where there was pimps, the girls actually he found they made more money, and they were safer.
It's because that's their managers.
Because you have protection.
Right.
But part of it talked about the higher end. And he interviewed this woman who, she was a professional, she got divorced, she was like hypersexual, and she's like, I'm gonna go into escorting. And she started charging more, and she'd like grandfather in the old clients that were, she liked, but then the new ones, the ones she didn't
She
like, she
charged
charged
more.
more. And the fascinating thing, she was making like high end, like tons of money. And she said the higher she charged, the more she charged,
The less,
the less sex she
did.
was having.
Mm-hmm.
It became a thing where it was just like, these guys wanted to just have company and come see her, and you should read it. It's really interesting.
Oh,
book.
I don't need to read it. I live it.
Yeah,
I know
exactly. I was
all
about to
about
say,
it.
like, there's been many a times that I've been paid just to be a companion and not even like anything sexual whatsoever. Just literally like hold somebody or like hug them or have dinner with them or have conversations with them. Like working in Vegas, I made more money doing that.
Preach.
Is that
I
like
made more money doing that than I did working in the club.
Now, is that Sugar Baby or is that something else?
So, so there's escorting, right? Escorting doesn't always mean sex. Escorting
Yeah.
can literally mean you're an escort.
You are literally escorting someone to dinner.
Event.
You are their eye candy. Like, yeah, you're their companion.
It's called a GFE, girlfriend experience.
Yeah.
You look like
Girlfriend experience.
Yeah,
GFE.
I like that.
Yeah,
Probably
right.
cheaper than the real thing, maybe.
I think
Well,
so.
I would if you look at the span of it, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Which is why sex work is such a beautiful thing. It's so honest.
Yeah.
Well,
And guys will
let me
pay for
actually
that.
let me take a step back. Sex work is not always a beautiful thing. It can be disgusting and dirty and filled with drugs, lies, pimps.
On their end.
Well, it depends, girl, because there's like street girls.
There's a
and
lot
that
of
is
ratchet
not
hoes.
cute. That is,
That's ratchet
but
hoes.
that's how they're surviving, and no shame, no
Right.
shame.
Get it, girl.
However you have to eat is however you're gonna eat. But
Well, there's a market. I mean, there's clearly a market for it.
right,
Yeah.
it's so complicated. God, sex
Yeah.
work is so complicated.
That's why when I was in Australia, I told you I spent almost a year in Australia,
Yeah.
and I didn't know this until I got there. But sex work in almost all of Australia is it's
Legal.
Legal.
It's all
They
Yeah.
have brothels
Yes,
and
I didn't know that either, and I was like, oh, I really want to go work in Australia, and then
and
it's
it's
like,
you look at it, it's just way safer
yeah, because it's regulated.
because it's regulated. It's not so underground like.
That's what the fuck's wrong with America? Why can't we just normalize and regulate this shit so the
Religion.
rest of the world
That's
is
curve.
figured
Well,
out?
I
You're from the
I
South,
think the
religious
thing-
Puritan kind of.
Oh my god! And those are the ones that really engage in sex.
Right,
work.
they're the ones who are fucking, like their nephews in the butt.
Well, then you have those
in the
like
barn.
you all the time see these gay converter pastor people who would be
Yeah.
caught on Grindr
Yeah.
looking for a power bottom.
Right, yes.
Wait, may I also add something though? I don't think sex work should be legalized. I think it should be decriminalized because when you
you
legalize it, you're involving the government.
And
The
then they're
government is
getting
having
the
more
money.
control over women's
Well, in
bodies.
Australia, they have like actual brothels, and I think you have to get tested, and there's all these different things you have to do.
Yeah, but I still don't want it to be legal because I don't want the government to tell me as a woman what I can and can't be doing with my body. I don't want the
Yeah.
police involved with my business.
Well, it's like
I want it to be decriminalized that way if I'm having sex for money or doing whatever the fuck I'm doing for money. I don't want to go to jail because
Right.
I'm trying to fucking eat.
Well, that's
Right.
that's what I've said about we legalized marijuana, which it's become a thing now. But I've always kind of more pushed for decriminalization because when you legalize it, the government now it's a big mess. There's like
Right.
licenses
Right,
and
right,
there's all
right.
these like fighting about who gets a license and taxes and all this
Yeah,
big
yeah.
thing. So
Like
when
how
you
it is now, like.
So when you decriminalize something, you end up taking the police element out of it.
Defund the police.
Oh God.
Oh,
No, we don't have to go there. In this case, I don't want the police involved in my pussy. It's my fucking pussy. I don't want a law to be, yes, it is legal for you to use your pussy as you like. No, fuck that. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want with my pussy anyway, and I just want you to leave me the fuck alone.
But you do want it, like, if you get, like, something happens and somebody hurts you, you want them for that.
What? What are the cops gonna do?
Nothing.
Cops
They never
rape
do.
hoes all the time.
All the time. A girl gets
All
raped.
the
It's
time.
like.
When you call, have you ever, so here's a question.
Sorry.
So if you call,
Please help me.
if you call the
Said
cops-
no
I'll be
woman
right
ever,
there.
ever.
here's a question. If you call the cops and something happens with the guy, it goes bad, and then
I ain't calling the cops.
but if you did, when you say you're a stripper, do you think his interaction would change with you?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good
100%.
That's why you
question.
don't fucking, you don't call the police. As a stripper, as a hoe, you do not call the police.
Because they're not going to
They
believe you. They're
repeatedly
already going to
rape
think
us.
that you're degenerate. They're already going to think that, you're lying. They're going to think that you invited it upon yourself.
Yeah,
They're
why
going to
would
think
I
that you're on
invite that?
drugs. They're going to
Absolutely
think that
not.
you're, an alcoholic and that you're just a degenerate.
Which
Like,
is why
that's
hoes
the
have
stigma.
pimps. That's why hoes have pimps.
yeah. Don't call the police. Call your
Call
pimp.
And that's why there's a lot of people that are like, pimping is so gross. And like, yes, it is, but in certain situations, like we were talking about, it can help.
Like I said,
And
the
I'm-
Freakonomics, the data
Super
pointed
Freakonomics.
so the data pointed that the area where the girls had pimps, they got more money,
And they were safer.
and they were safer because
Yeah.
the kind of the argument was, look, if there's no recourse, if somebody,
Right.
you're going to pay what you're going to pay because if not, you're going to get fucked up.
Yeah.
But the other, girls that are like working on their own, it's like they're having to manage it themselves, and they don't have any. Like you said,
Right.
they probably aren't going to go to the
It's
cops.
upon their own discretion whether they live or die, basically.
So,
or
in
get
the
paid or
book,
not.
in the first book, he talked about real estate and the kind of like how real estate agents' interests are aligned with their clients up until like the top end of margin.
Yeah.
For like another $10,000 for your house, if it's $290 to $300, right?
Yeah.
That $10,000 only gets the realtor like $300. That's it. So he was talking about at the margin on the top end, it's in the interest of the real estate agent. But oh yeah, just do it for $290. Yeah, come on, because why get another $300 for $10,000, right?
Right.
So he was kind of saying that if only real estate agents could provide the same value as pimps,
Oh my god.
You should read this book. You'd like these books.
You know what? I'm going to start with the Freakonomics because that just sounds
Sounds
like
good.
a dope ass.
The whole thing about the corruption in sumo wrestling in Japan, crazy
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Crazy shit.
Yeah, that's
Big,
nuts.
big corruption. Oh yeah, that is
Super nuts.
really kind of. It basically looks at all these weird kind of things that happen in society, and they look at it through like an economic lens. And
Yeah.
It's
Or
really-
they like they force these people to just get really super fat.
no, it's more like in the
they
sumo
do.
world.
Yeah,
In the
yeah.
sumo world, it's
World.
like any other world. They want to go to the top, and
Yeah.
it's a really prestigious. If you're a sumo wrestler in Japan, if you're on the top, it's a big deal. You're like treated like royalty.
You're like
It's
a
big-
king, yeah.
So they have this thing where basically on matches, it's like they have matches, and if you get so many, then you go to if you win the match, you go to the next level. So it's best of 15. So what they found was when matches were 7-7, it was about 50-50 who would win, because it's like you have to get more, you're tied.
Yeah.
But when matches were 8-6, right? When somebody was 8-6, the guy who had 6 was winning like 99% of the time. So what was happening was they were making a deal, because the guy with 8 matches already advanced.
Making a deal.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they found that it was fascinating stuff. So basically,
Right. Well, I
this
mean,
guy,
you do that with like boxing and wrestling and stuff too. Like we all know that shit's kind of like a lot of it is based around how much money can you, how engaged can you get people, how can
Mhm.
you get more money out of people, like what's going to draw them in. Be like, oh, let's make this dramatic. Let's make this like an event that's like people are talking about. Like
Wait, are we talking about the NFL here?
yeah, that too.
See, that's why I don't get down with sports. I just don't care.
It's
Not-
all
not-
political.
I'm
It's
like,
all
this
about
is a
money.
corporation.
not a Titans fan.
Fuck no. Don't they suck? I don't know.
Don't they suck?
I don't even know. I literally don't care. Because
Don't they
I'm just so sick of everyone putting so much money into these fucking dudes. And that's cool, like, throw the ball. But also, like, stop beating your wives and shit. Like,
There is a problem with a lot of those dudes doing a lot of,
And
and
then-
for a long
and
time
then
they were
it's just
basically
accepted.
yeah, they're just like, well, they're a
Protected.
good player, so
Yeah, but they're on our sports team.
we
But
love
what-
sports.
What bothered me about the Kaepernick thing was like I don't really care. If he wants to take a knee, like who gives a
Yeah,
shit?
let him knee.
Like let him do it,
Let him
and they became this huge like
Yeah.
this horrible like he's against the flag and the,
Right, can't we pay more attention to like Ray Rice like fucking beating that chick up? Like
Preach. And
like-
what about that? What's his
You saw the video where he, like,
Roethlisberger when
slammed her
raped
head,
that
like-
17
into the elevator?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And Roethlisberger when he raped that 17-year-old girl and then went on to win the Super Bowl.
But everybody was like, "Ooh, he's
We
a
love
legend."
Roethlisberger. Like fuck all y'all and fuck this whole fucking thing that y'all stand
This
for.
like toxic male fucking yeah.
I
I like
don't
that
get
little
down with
emoji. You
it.
just did like a
I just did a double
Jerking off.
dick.
Double dick.
I have
jerk
2
off.
dicks in my mind.
But you notice that they're jerking off in the other direction. Like,
Yeah.
don't get it on me.
Mhm.
Get it? Just don't get it on me.
I see that. Yeah.
I want it in my
This is
mouth.
more-
I'm just kidding. Some of it.
There should be a video podcast, right?
You know,
You guys
it
are
is
kind
on
of.
video. Are you have people watching? Are they commenting?
Yes,
Yeah, they
what
are.
are y'all saying?
Yeah.
They're probably like, who's
Yeah.
this man? Who's this man's voice?
Yeah,
Jeff
okay,
Landfield.
This is Jeff
Stop
Landfield.
talking.
You guys check out Landmine Radio.
Hey, Landmine Radio. We're in Alaska, y'all.
So
Y'all.
you moved back? You moved here, or you just worked?
Yes,
fucking-
sir. I came here last year to test the waters, and the waters are just fine.
Is Alaska
No.
better than other places?
And
dancing?
that is subjective. Some girls hate it here.
That's
just
because
depends
they
on
just
your
don't
niche.
belong
Because
here.
Yeah, some people
you don't like the
don't.
cold weather, right?
I don't like the cold weather. No, I leave during the winter time.
Yeah, you went to Bali last winter.
Yeah, I go to
went to
warm
Bali. Bye.
places.
We're talking about all the Aussies you met.
Yeah,
It's hot.
Love
Yeah.
the Australians.
I as well love the Australian culture.
Didn't you like have an
Australian
Aussie
people.
man friend you met or something, or
No.
beach? Oh, maybe it was somebody.
What?
else.
No, I've met a lot of.
I think we talked about some specific Aussie man friend you met.
Maybe I don't remember.
Pretty sure.
I
But-
mean, when you're traveling, you do kind of like, oh, there's a cute guy, or there's a cute girl. You just kind of like live life naturally without any inhibitions and just.
Are you two both
have
bisexual?
fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are most strippers bisexual?
No. Well, I'd say 90%.
I'd say most are, but some are not.
You have
Some
your.
are
You have your.
lesbians.
Yeah.
So if you're not a lesbian, if you're just a straight, if you're just totally straight, but you still want to, some women want you to, so you're still probably going to dance for women, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
What's your ratio? Like most dances are men, I assume, right?
Yeah.
90%.
Yeah.
It's women. It's like a birthday thing. Sometimes it's a.
5% for me. I
I
would
think
say.
that the women that come in there are just trying to have a good fucking time, and they just love women, and they want to empower you. Some
Or
women,
they're there
or-
with their men
Yeah.
and trying to make their men happy, but they really don't want to be there.
That's
and then their
true.
men are like, "Give my girlfriend a lap dance," and she's like, "I am so
So you,
uncomfortable."
you can feel that.
Oh,
yeah.
for sure.
Oh God, yes, and the thing about some women when they come in there and I dance for them, they think that because they're a woman that our boundaries just don't exist.
Right, like
I
Oh,
think
touching
so many
or-
women
Grab,
touch
like-
my pussy. It happened last night. I was like, girl, no, you are not touching my magical pussy. She's like, well, I'm a girl, it's different. I'm like, no, it's not. Are you out of your fucking mind? I decide.
But like, no,
Don't
you're
touch
a
me.
girl. You should already know the boundaries.
Right. They think that it's like girl world, and I'm like, nah.
Be like,
This
unless
is-
we're going home and we're fucking after this, don't touch my pussy.
Yeah, this is business.
But if you are, then it's
Then it's kind of fine.
I mean, when does that ever happen?
But it never really happened.
Exactly.
So there's only been like maybe a few instances where I have like met a girl in a club that I would actually have sex with, but she was always accompanied by a man that I did not like. So
problem.
it never happened.
Oh, I've had,
Yeah.
Tennessee's like a different story.
I've had some wild threesomes in my day.
I would love to do that.
Two
But
women or
honestly,
man,
like
woman?
it literally ends up being like
It's a
it's the
couple.
guy and I just don't like the guy. And I'm like, I would rather just have sex with the girl, but I know he's gonna be trying to stick it wherever he can and somehow my eye's gonna get fucking poked and it's just not comfortable.
That'd be weird if you.
Yeah, all those
That's the
interactions
experience.
that I had like that, where I like would meet up with people outside of work, after work, they were all in Vegas. Vegas just has this energy about it.
It does.
I don't know what it is.
So
It's like,
these are people like visiting, probably most of them.
yeah, they're all tourists. Well, not all of them.
That was my experience in
Oh.
Vegas with a girl that I really wanted to have sex with, but then they ended up getting too
Yes.
fucked up on coke and drunk, and then they had to go. And I was like, God damn it! I was gonna go home with
It's
you.
like a
Yeah.
female equivalent of like a whiskey dick.
Pretty much, yeah. Because
Yeah.
I was.
Do you feel like when you're with a
Oh,
guy?
you're so pretty.
Do you feel like I feel like
Real.
when I've never been with a stripper, but I feel like I would have it almost be intimidating because like
Oh, it's so
you
intimidating.
probably
I can
like,
sense
the
it.
expectation is so high.
Right.
Where if you, I mean that man, I never thought about that.
Oh, it's real. Men are fucking terrified. I told you,
The
even the
difference
most
between
alpha.
porn star and stripper in a guy's mind, there's no fucking
There's
difference.
no difference.
That's true. I think that's true.
The only
I
difference
know,
is that this
it's
girl's right in
different.
front of you. That's the only difference. Like, oh my
Right.
god, she's
It's-
actually right in front
instead
of me.
on the screen.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I have that
Touch it.
literally all the time. Like, it's such a shame because I'm trying to get dick down. You
So
know?
have you got guys
Yeah,
with,
like dick
sad,
good. Don't
it's
be
sad.
like shy. Like,
have you,
last
have you
one
had
was
guys that like
bullshit.
performance anxiety or they get
Yes.
like nervous?
Oh
Or,
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah.
The last actually time
Oh
I
my
had
God.
sex, we hit the bless his sweet little heart.
Bless his-
Sweet
bless his
heart.
heart.
Oh god, he literally lasted 5 seconds.
Oh wow.
And I was like, oh no. And he was like, I'm so
Oh.
sorry.
Was
Your
he
pussy
was
is
he-
amazing. I was like, I know, but I want more.
magical.
It really is magical.
So was he embarrassed or was he kind of like?
He was embarrassed, but he just like cuddled me to sleep, and I was chill with it.
Aw.
I love intimacy of all forms.
Then he has
Yeah,
he has to
that's
do the
good, you know?
refractory period.
Yeah, we haven't really talked since.
Oh god.
Which not my decision. He
This was
just-
in Alaska.
No, this was during COVID times.
Oh, was he
When
your
everything's
was he your
around.
quarantine?
Quarantine.
Oh my god, no!
Oh.
It literally
It's a
lasted
term
5
now.
seconds. There's, he was
That's
like,
a bad quarantine.
That's
I
a
know.
terrible
Bless his
quarantine.
sweetheart. If you're watching, I would like to try that again,
The,
but
the,
you're
the,
not.
the, the Netherlands. This is like I listen to Savage. You ever listen to Savage Love? Dan Savage.
Nah.
He's got a great kind of podcast called Savage Love, and people call and ask questions about whatever sex topics. But
Sure.
the Netherlands came out a few months ago with a thing, and they actually were like encouraging single people, to find like basically they were saying find a fuck buddy,
Yeah.
and because you can't be sleeping with people, it's kind of find one person that you're kind of like going to be with. Like the government
During
was actually
Yeah.
encouraging it.
Yeah.
Did you know the Netherlands, they have a stipend for disabled folks for prostitutes?
Wow.
If you are disabled in the Netherlands, you get a stipend to get fucked.
That's
Because it's
awesome.
part of
Very
your mental
progressive.
health and your
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
health.
just think about like people who can't, go out there and meet women, or they have it's very frustrating.
I mean, those
Yeah.
are our customers.
Those are our customers.
Those are our customers.
Those are the
They
people that we
can't
usually
get,
have to deal with.
Yeah, they can't get the babes
The
in
socially
the real world,
awkward, the
so they
ones
come to
that
us.
just maybe like have issues with their dicks or whatever with their brains.
Yeah. A lot
And they
of dudes
just they can't get any attention from any women because like we're in this society that says you have to look a certain way, be a certain way, and have a certain amount of money before you even matter.
It's
And a lot of
sad.
people-
That's my one skill I got. I can make. That's Marilyn Monroe said. If you can make a woman laugh, you can make her do anything.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's true.
that's what I got.
That's
To,
true. Wow.
That is true. There's some truth to that.
it's a
Yeah.
great quote.
You
from
won me
Marilyn.
over with that, Jeff. At first, I wanted to punch you in the face, but then
What?
I really warmed up to you.
Why'd you want to punch me in the face?
Cause you kept asking me like, can you go get some other girls to be in this video? And I'm
Well,
like, I
because-
have literally asked every single girl in here.
Because we were doing the video for the Forest. By the way, he's running for mayor now.
Is he?
Who?
Yeah, this guy that.
Aren't you running for senator?
I'm running for state senate. Yeah.
State senate. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Bush Company's in my district, by the way. So.
Hey.
Maybe a fundraiser is in order.
I'm gonna let all of you guys go. Thank you for joining me.
But yeah, so he's